Well, no DTR this year. You're kind of the more experienced guy on the roster. How are you feeling just with everything, the way everything's been going so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's good to see all the other guys on the team stepping up and shining. We got some new guys. Everyone's doing really well. Defense looks great. So, I mean, it's just good to see.
Are you finding yourself maybe taking on more of a leadership role, or is that something you're continuing to work on?
Yeah, definitely. I think with Dorian being gone, and there's a little gap that needs to be filled, and I'll try and do that. I know everyone else is trying to do that. And I think since winter workouts and since that, we're going in the right direction, and I think it's been really good.
What's been the biggest area that between the end of last season and during winter workouts you think you've improved on?
I would say just the mental game. Kind of just my third year in this playbook and Coach Kelly's offense. So I think it's just more comfortable and just kind of just diving deeper into it and yeah.
You guys have a stacked quarterback room.
Yeah.
What's it been like bonding with these guys and just getting to know them?
Oh, it's great. I mean, all these guys are top class and they're very respectable and they're really good players, and I think it's really good because we're all friends and we all motivate each other and we're all competing for the same job. So I think it's friendly competition and we're all trying to help each other and it's great.
What are you seeing from the running backs? Obviously, you don't have Charbonnet anymore, but you have a few guys that look like they were making some plays out there.
Yeah, running backs are doing great. We have a lot of them this year. I know with Keegan moving to playing some receiver, and all the guys, TJ, Colson, Carson, and just all those guys, they're doing really well, and it's really good to see that room kind of just continue to move forward and excel.
And you got a lot of new receivers. Shane Michael, obviously one of the big ones. How's the chemistry developing with those guys?
Oh, it's great. Ever since they got here, as a group, we've all been throwing twice a week, just getting that chemistry up. And we got a really explosive receiver room this year, and they're going to make a lot of plays, and it's going to be very fun to watch.
You obviously have some new guys in the receiving room, but the guys that were here last year, who stands out to you?
I mean, all of them. Cam, Logan, Titus, Braden Pagan, freshman last year, looks great. I mean, like I said before, our receiver room is stacked, and we got a lot of guys that can go, and it's going to be really, really, really cool and fun to watch and to play in.
How does maybe the mindset change? Obviously, last year it was pretty much foregone conclusion, DTR was going to be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But when you got such a wide open battle, how does maybe the mindset change in the spring?
I would say even last year that Dorian was the guy. For me, I was still treating it like it was my team, like I was going to be the starter. And so I think that's for every quarterback how you got to treat every single day that you're doing this. And it's important to have that mindset because you never know. You're one snap away, you're one play away.
Notice anything different on defense with the new coordinator coming in?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to some of the guys, and they enjoy the new system and all that. And I mean, I think our defense as a whole, I don't know how many guys exactly are returning, but we have a lot of returners. And to see them just continue to play and continue to make plays and make it harder on us and make us better, it's good to watch.
What have been your early impressions of Dante since you got a front row look at him?
Yeah, Dante's great. I mean, he's got a very quick release and a very funny guy, and he's very smart for his age, which is you don't really see often. But no, he's great.
This is our first time talking to you. What made UCLA kind of the right fit for you?
I'd say mainly the coaching staff and this organization. I've seen what Chip Kelly's done on all levels, college, NFL. So, if I want to go to the next level, I think it needs to be an organization around that. So I picked UCLA for that, and great academics. So get a good degree here.
Did you decide to go into the portal after Coach Lewis decided to go to Colorado, or is that something you decided beforehand?
Yeah, I would say it made it more of a real thing to go into the portal. I was always thinking about it, but once he left, I knew that I probably should go too. And I just found out that most of the guys on my offense have left Kent. So, I wanted a fresh start, and this is where I thought I could have my best start. So that's why I came here.
The last couple of games last year, those freshman quarterbacks got some time. It looked like Was that part of your decision as well, or was that more looking at the big picture, just them getting an opportunity for the coaches to take a look at them because you guys were just kind of finishing out the season?
Yeah, I would say it's more of the coaches. They wanted to get a look at them, so they got some good snaps in the game. So I kind of sat back and just helped them out a little bit, but they're doing their own thing over there at Kent. So props to them on whatever they have coming up. But I'm here starting a new season and I'm ready for it.
What was your impression of Carson Steele from the other side of the sideline?
Oh, yeah. When he was at Ball State, he's an unbelievable talent. You just see his pure size. He's not the tallest, but he'll definitely run you over. So he's actually my roommate. He walks around the house without a shirt on, so you can really tell how big he is in the house.
Your first week, official practices. How would you maybe sum up how things are going?
It's definitely a learning curve because it's a little bit more in-depth offense, a little bit different plays, different style, different lingo, and stuff like that. So it's just a whole learning curve, and I'm prepared for it and I'm ready for it. And this is what I wanted to do: come here and learn an NFL-style offense, so I could improve my learning for the next level.
Now that you're in it, what can you say about the creativity of the offense, the play calls?
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and at Kent you had one basic read. Here you have multiple reads. So again, that's just my main thing: coming here and learning that NFL style offense, so I can take my game to the next level.
Would you say maybe some of the guys are a little bit bigger or faster at all compared to where you were at previously?
No, I think it's college football, so it's all basically the same. Besides when you get to the SEC games and they're very big, like during Washington and at Georgia. But other than that, same size, same game. It's college football, so they're all going to be a little bit bigger.
What are your impressions on the receivers that you've been thrown to?
Oh yeah, I got a lot of talented guys. I know J. Mike, transfer from Cal. He's an unbelievable talent. But then the returners like Cam and Titus and Braden, and then the slots. They're unbelievable. And I had some good wide receivers at Kent, but these guys match up just as well as they do.
What has it been like trying to develop or build chemistry with some of these guys?
Well, that happened the 2 months of winter conditioning where we come out here and throw every 2 days a week, 3 days a week sometimes. So, it's different, but, they got the same speed as those guys at Kent. And so it's not learning their speed, but it's learning how they run their routes and where they're exactly going to be in the field.
Are you on track to graduate this year? This is your 4th year of college, right? Because you redshirted.
Yeah, so I have 2 more years of college. So I'm going to try to get a degree done and graduate so I can mainly focus on football.
In terms of what it's like here, Quantrez Knight came from Kent to here. Did you talk to him about the experience? Or?
Yeah, and I actually had another guy that came from UCLA and went to Kent, and AJ Campbell. So he told me a lot about it and how much he loved it here. And, the coaches are great, the players are great, facilities and everything. So that really intrigued me into why this would be my number 1 spot.
But is it second year for you now?
Yes, sir.
How are things kind of going along, and that now you're kind of settled in compared to last year?
Yeah, everything's going well. I feel like I'm progressing. I'm doing all the things I need to do, and taking the information I got last year and all the experiences and all the reps, really trying to apply it this year, and I feel like everything's going in the right direction for me.
Chip made a point to kind of single out the fact that you had a pretty good off season. What went into that off season, and what were you able to maybe improve upon?
I definitely feel like my body's changed a lot. I feel bigger, faster, stronger than I ever have before. I really focused on this off season, just focusing on myself and really developing my body and kind of taking it to the next level. And I want to be the biggest, fastest, strongest quarterback to play, and I feel like I'm on the right path to do that. So that's what I was really focusing on this off season.
You have a year under your belt. How have you mastered the playbook?
I feel like the playbook is, I know it now. I'm not really trying to catch up and learning each week on the installs. When I see the plays, I know the reads and everything. I kind of have the reps at it, so it's a lot easier than last spring, just getting thrown in. But yeah, I feel like it's coming along very well, and I'm excited to see how everything goes forward.
Similar to what I asked Ethan earlier, obviously last year, foregone conclusion, Ethan was going to be the guy. What's it like now knowing there's an open competition starting off this spring?
I feel like my mindset doesn't change. every time, no matter what the situation is, I'm focused on myself, and I'm really trying to just compete and be the best person that I could be. And that's any situation, whether you have Tom Brady starting ahead of you or, it's open competition. You have to treat everything the same in every situation, attack it the same exact way.
What's it like being in a stacked quarterback room with 5 of you going at it?
I feel like it's a blessing. I feel like we have the best quarterback room in the nation, and as a quarterback, you have to compete, and at the next level, it's going to be full of top college quarterbacks, that done everything. So I feel like this room will develop me as a person for life and for the next level. So I take it as a blessing.
Well, obviously, we've heard about seeing your arm strength. As far as things you've been working on, is there anything specific you've been getting more comfortable with over the year?
Really, I just say with myself. I feel like that's my biggest obstacle is myself, and just getting out of my own head. I feel like everything else is kind of falling into place. I've been doing better at that, so I'm just going to keep working and keep, flushing out mistakes and just moving on to the next play.
You've been pretty busy as always. I saw some of those videos and stuff where you're out at NBA games.
Oh yeah.
Now you're back on track with football. How's camp been so far for you?
Oh, camp's been great. Every single year, I think we come in the spring trying to find where the pieces fit. At the end of the day, the goal is always when we hit that Rose Bowl that first week to come out with a W. I think everything sort of works and leads into that.
So you've been here for quite some time. Is there any more pressure or anything for you to have to be that much more of a leader, especially in a quarterback room with some younger guys now?
I'd say I'd have to ding myself if I was more of a leader now than I was when I first got here. That's sort of just who I am. The same person that got me here has been the same person that's led to my success here. I focus on winning, not just every single rep, but how can I help my team win? And this spring's nothing different.
You're super positive, and you got some leadership abilities, absolutely. How do you now that you've got younger guys in the quarterback room? Do you feel comfortable passing stuff on, and how does that leadership sort of manifest itself?
Absolutely, I think being at my age and more importantly my perspective is very helpful for the young guys to have. I tell all the other quarterbacks I'm rooting for y'all, just like I'm rooting for myself. And at the end of the day, I think Justin said it best, is the best quarterback room in America. Personally, as a competitor, I think any quarterback room that I'm in is the best quarterback room in America. But that being said, I think I've sort of been practicing being that person for the quarterback room since I was a freshman. Whether it was Dorian playing, me playing, Ethan playing this season. I've always been the person that the whole quarterback room can rely on to bring that leadership, bring that positive energy, and on game day get us in that right mental spirit.
What's it like being in a room where it's pretty wide open now?
I'd say as a competitor, I don't really look at the environment surrounding me to determine how I perform. At the end of the day, if I'm out there on the field and I'm taking snaps, I'm going to perform. That's part of the reason why I've been successful in the time that I've played here. Whether that happens again this year, I'll be ready. If not, then I'll stay ready. And in every single way that I can contribute to wins, I will do so.
Since you have been here several seasons, you've seen a lot of guys come through these doors. In regards to the wide receivers, do you think that this is the best wide receiver group since you've been here?
I think that's really hard to say just because we've had NFL receivers here, and I believe that we have future NFL receivers here now. And at the end of the day, it comes down to how we execute. And spring is great because you see all the pieces that you have, you put them in different situations. That way, come fall, we're able to execute, we're clicking on all cylinders. So I think we have the potential to have a really great receiving corps this year. And if all things go right, we stay working like we were this winter, we keep on excelling this spring, we go in the summer with the right mindset, we'll come out fall performing well.
Any of these young guys curious about your NIL success and ask you stuff about it?
Absolutely. Sometimes I feel like they ask more questions about it than y'all do. So it's always fun. I think that the new generation of athlete is really building on the work that those prior have done. And we always got to look back, especially at places like UCLA, and really give roses to those who sort of put us in this position. And I think the best way to honor them and their efforts is to take full advantage now.
most teams are either wrapping up spring or in the process.
Right.
You guys are in your first week. Isn't it an advantage having spring ball as late as you do because there's not much time between the end of it and preseason camp starting?
I think that could go both ways. You could also say you'd be a little bit sharper come spring if you started right after season. At the end of the day, it just comes down to how you prepare during that winter block. And for us, I know we were out here throwing 2 and 3 times a week, which is maybe more than we've done in past years. And I think you sort of see it when we come out here. Not too many missed throws, not too many miscommunications, MAs. So I think as far as that front, we're doing well. Try to take every advantage we can get. So being positive, I'll say, yeah, it is an advantage. Come fall camp, we'll be ready.
As the newer receivers go, is there one specific trait that stands out about both J. Mike and Al Ford?
I think the fact both of them have played, and both of them have played at high levels. J. Mike is unreal. He's extremely fast. You know, he's a Texas kid, so he got that Texas speed. Kyle's big and strong, but he's also very quick. And it's always great when you have playmakers to your offense. As a quarterback, that's exactly what we want. And as an entire receiving corps, I think everyone who was here last year is coming out to a better level this year. So as a quarterback room, we're pleased with the receiving group, and we know that we can do our job on every play and have trust in people who are catching our passes. Yeah, before I go, I just want to say Happy Easter to everyone. And I just want to say I'm really thankful for my Savior, Jesus Christ. So thank y'all so much. Have a blessed weekend.
Dante, a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz when you decided to commit and come to UCLA. Is there any pressure that comes with that? And obviously it's an open quarterback competition. Any pressure, or, how are you kind of feeling about just the experience so far?
Right, I'm just blessed to be here. I mean, through the whole recruiting process was a real long journey. Everything didn't end up how it was, but thankfully to Coach Kelly and his coaching staff for accepting me on this football team, and I'm just blessed to be here, blessed to be a football player and be a student on campus.
What attracted you to UCLA?
I mean, for Coach Kelly, him being, one of the greatest head coaches we're doing right now in college football, him being the coach in the NFL, coaching at the highest level, and him just having the resume he has and coaching the great quarterbacks like Marcus Mariota, Mike Vick, and everybody, that just really drew my attention, when he was at Oregon, the Oregon days, he'd have Marcus Mariota being an explosive offense. I knew me being a quarterback there, and that was going to be a great development for me. I'm just blessed to be with him.
What are your thoughts on the creativity of his play calling?
I mean, when I first came in, from high school, a lot of times you had a great offensive system there, but really coming in here, it's an NFL style offense. Coming in, it's a lot of, different things to change if you're at the line of scrimmage, or if you see, different types of coverages, what to adjust about. So I mean, it's really complicated, but I know I'm going, with the flow of everything. Appreciate Coach Gundy and the quarterbacks in the quarterback room to help me out to understand the offense, and I'm just thankful, to be a part of the offense.
Did the fact that this program's going into the Big Ten next year kind of put it over the top, knowing that you get to go back home and play a couple games?
Right. From the Midwest, from Detroit, a lot of the, Big Ten is there. So, me being out here, of course, loving the LA weather, but going back into the Big Ten, playing in the cold again, it was a great, factor for sure. Pac-12 is a great conference, but playing the Big Ten, having the light on you, having the light on the team, light on, the conference overall from TV time and everything is a big factor for this whole team. And I know as a whole team, we're proud to be going to the Big Ten.
Dante, I saw you talking with DTR out here a little bit, and I think even at the pro day you might have been talking to him. Has he been a mentor to you? Have you been able to kind of reach out to him with any sort of questions or things that you have?
Right, Dorian, I appreciate him a lot. When I first met him at the Elite 11, I've always watched him, his highlight tapes, what he's done for UCLA, and being a great playmaker for the team. I knew it was a great person to talk to and pick his brain. Him, being a young black quarterback, especially in my same shoes as me, going to the college level. I mean, he's a great person that gives out great, sources that you need to know about being a quarterback. And, today at practice, example, I was talking to him about some field work, about understanding and everything like that. And just him having, him being on campus, just being a source right now, getting ready for the draft. I mean, I just really appreciate him every day. I appreciate him, appreciate everybody that's on campus.
What are your thoughts on LA? Have you been able to explore the city a bit?
So I've been here, a couple of times before, I committed, I love being at Santa Monica, at the pier. I love going up to the observatory and really, I played GTA. I love, GTA is kind of just like this. So it's really, I was like, let me see if it's real. So when I went to the pier, everything was exactly the same. But I love the weather. Back at home, it's inches of snow. But so I'm just blessed to be out here, absorbing great sun and really just being, in a beautiful, smelling environment.
And how about being on campus? I mean, you're coming from a high school where you were maybe one of the oldest guys,
Right.
at the school, and now you're probably maybe the youngest person
Maybe,
walking around the
yeah.
school. You're still 17, right?
Yeah.
So what's it like?
I mean, coming from, inner city Detroit, there's a lot of, great things to do, being downtown or being, a couple of cities and areas. But being out in LA, I mean, it's beautiful everywhere. Being on campus, really just having one of the greatest campuses, in college, school history. And it's really just being out here. At first I was walking, enjoying everything. And now I'm scootering around. So, every chance that I get, I'm a scooter around campus. I'm gonna scooter off campus to see some, sites I love to see because I love nature. I love taking pictures, and that's why I carry my camera around me anytime I need to take pictures.
And then how about being in the huddle with 22, 23-year-olds, graduate
Yeah.
seniors, got pieces the next year with COVID? I mean, what's the feeling there? And you seem very confident. Are you confident in the huddle?
Yeah, so me, literally might be the youngest on the team. Me coming in, I appreciate everybody on the team that's accepting me and pushing me every day. But when it comes to the offense, a person being like Duke Clemens, my center, him really, telling me to calm down and breathe, and to me, just being in the huddle, just conversating about anything I have questions about, and really them just being, great brothers to me. I said I appreciate them, and when I'm in the game, I feel real comfortable. Everybody's believing in me, and I'm believing in everybody else. So I appreciate everything going on, and like I said, I love this team.
What would you say is maybe the biggest thing that you've noticed that you're still going to need some time to adjust to with 1 week under your belt? Just as far as what you think is maybe some of the bigger things that you still need to adjust to.
I've only been here for a couple months, my first spring ball ever. I'm still adjusting to the way the guys are moving on the football field. In high school, we have a couple guys that's high 4.5, 4.6, but out here everybody's running 4.5, 4.4s, DNs. everybody's seeing the draft now. People running 4.4s, and really being out here with this team, speed is very, very different. Having J. Mike and having Kyle Ford and everybody on the outside to help take the deep threat and really adjusting to them. I remember my first week I got here when I was throwing with them. I was a little late on a couple of throws, and they were just telling me, hey, just adjust to this, adjust to that, and everything has got quicker and everything, but just adjust to the speed of the game and really just understand the offense. Something I need to improve on.
Have you worn the camera on the helmet during any of the practice?
No, not yet.
Okay. I'm just, when you get a chance to, how do you think that'll help in terms of the development and seeing things?
Oh yeah, one thing that I really appreciate, even on my OV, is just the little things in this program. Us having VRs in our quarterback room to help us see what we see on the football field. That's what our cameras do. So, we watch a lot of DTR clips of him at practice, and what they wear in the helmet is a 360 camera. So whatever the quarterback sees, if I turn my head this way, that's what the camera shows and everything. So it really helps us through our progressions of seeing how we progress through the field. But really, just little things that's in this program and what we have in this building is just the things that are going to help us get better every day.